All right. Okay. Okay, this morning's introduction is a quiz for everybody. Okay, I've got 3 questions. What do you call a singing rodent? What do you call a singing rodent?
Squeaky mouse?
That was it? One guess?
Yep.
You call it Justin Bieber.
Oh, God. Oh,
What did that's what did the gingerbread man put on his bed?
Do that again?
What did the gingerbread man put on his bed?
Gingerbread woman?
Okay. Give up, everybody?
yep.
A cookie sheet.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was right.
we're doing well.
And what vegetable is nice to everyone?
Sweet pea,
What was that one?
sweet pea.
Oh, that's close.
Sweet potato.
All right. I guess it could be a sweet pea as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we have any questions today? We're going to begin with email a little bit.
I have a question.
All right, go ahead, please.
In email on the phone, when you swipe, let's say you get a questionable email that you don't know really whether you want to watch it or read it or not. I swipe from right to left, and 3 little boxes come up. One is a red trash box, another says archive, and another says more. And then there are other emails that the red delete button or trash button doesn't come up.
Hmm.
And you got to click on more. And then there's a drop down with a half a dozen other choices. How can I get the red button for all of them?
Couple of questions. First of all, what is your email address?
Well, I'm using the Apple email, and I've got 3 different
If
addresses.
Which one is, or, let me ask, what's after your name, after the @ sign? What are your email addresses?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yahoo, Google, and the Apple one, whatever
Gmail.
Apple.
Yeah,
Gmail. Email.
iCloud or me or something like that.
I
Okay. Depending on the source of the email will determine what shows up when you sweep to the left. So I'm going to I have to show you, I'll do my screen share, everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll go to my mail. Oop. So I go to my mail app, and if I put my finger right about here and I draw it this way, oops, and I draw it this way, yeah, mine says trash there. Peter,
yes, that's what I'm referring to.
does yours say trash?
Yes, but some of them do not.
That's because of this, where the email is coming from, or
Right.
the email account that you're working with.
So I gotta go to Yahoo or Gmail, mail
Well,
app
it
and,
says all my email boxes up here. Now, most of mine, all of mine are from Gmail. So I'm always going to get that trash symbol. Okay? If you're using Gmail and you do this, it may say archive instead of trash.
correct.
All right, you're gonna have to follow this one's tricky. To get rid of that for Gmail, so it doesn't go to archive, you have the trash choice. I'm gonna go back to my home screen. And you either write this down or do it with me, Peter.
Okay.
We click settings. We scroll down the settings menu to where it says mail.
Gotcha,
When you're in mail, you go to accounts
gotcha.
and you click on your your Gmail account.
Okay,
And then you click your Gmail address. And then you
Okay.
click, you got it, you're with me?
I'm with you.
Click advanced. And yours probably says archive mailbox here.
You got it.
Change that to delete.
You're my hero.
Even after the joke?
Bill?
Even after the joke. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have the same issue. And so I was following you until you, hold on a sec.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm in the settings and I'm down to accounts.
You're down
And-
to mail.
Right, I'm beyond mail to accounts, right?
You're
Let me
in-
go back to mail,
You're in mail,
right?
and then you click on accounts,
Right,
and your email address is Gmail somewhere here.
yes, I'll click on Gmail.
Click on Gmail. And then it should have your Gmail address at the top.
Well, what it has is account, and then it has the Gmail address.
Right, and then below that, where it says, see where I'm pointing to on the screen? Can you see that?
Yes,
Click right there,
right,
and then click on advanced.
oh, okay, I see,
And then
Okay.
change that instead of archive.
right. Do delete mail, deleted mailbox, correct? Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Missed it.
A lot of people have that issue, right? But you only do it once, so you're not going to remember how to get there. All right. Any other questions? No?
It's a great tip, Bill. Thanks. Thanks for the question.
Yes,
Well, I had mine already on deleted mailbox,
Yeah, that's where it should be.
but I still get that archive under Gmail.
You won't if that's set at that. You shouldn't get archived there.
I've always had it there. Okay.
Maybe you have to get a new email. The ones that are sitting on your phone haven't changed.
That I don't know.
No, it's just every time I go to Gmail, I don't get much out of Gmail. So when I get one, I try to put it to trash, but it won't do it. It just says archive. It's okay. I'll live with it.
And it is a Gmail account. That should change it. And you're talking.
Yeah, my Gmail account will not trash. It'll just, even though I put on here, delete mail.
It said deleted.
Yeah,
When
it just says archive. But here I've got it on deleted, like you told
I-
me to.
Just a moment. You followed me through the settings thing?
Yeah, I followed you. I went right to the place you told me to. This is advanced,
And where was the check mark?
and it says move discarded message info. No. Okay,
Where was the check mark?
I don't, it was on deleted mailbox.
Oh, you went, and you only have one Gmail account? You have multiple?
Yeah, I only have one Gmail account.
Okay, so you went there, and then you tapped your name, and then you went to advanced,
Mhm.
and the check mark?
And then I just always keep getting archived, but
No. Where's the check mark?
under deleted mailbox, under move discarded messages into,
And it's on deleted. Okay,
yeah. mhm.
and I'll go back.
Because I wrote down exactly what you said, and then I looked at it and already.
Okay, are you using the mail application?
Am I using what? There's a squeak here.
I hear it too. Are you using the mail application, this guy?
I don't, I use Gmail.
That's why.
Oh,
You've got to change the settings in the Gmail application. I changed the settings in mail. And I'm not familiar with the Gmail application.
I see, okay.
All right. By the way, whenever I talk about apps, right, I'm usually referring to the Apple
Apple, okay,
mail application.
okay,
All right.
okay.
If I'm talking about accessing the internet, I'm talking about the Safari application and not DuckDuckGo, or
Okay.
you could have Chrome on there. You could, there's a lot of different ways to get to the internet.
Mhm.
So I'm going to mute everybody. Okay, except me. All right, I want to finish up on mail here just to show you a couple things. Oftentimes we get pictures. And I went to my mail and I sent myself a picture this morning. This picture. Okay. And the question would be, how do I save that image? Don't save the email. Get rid of the email after you save the image. You put your finger on the picture and you press and hold the picture and then release. And this menu comes up and you click Save Image. Okay. And then you can delete the picture. Or
Does
the-
it go to Apple Photos or Google Photos?
It goes to Apple Photos, which in turn will send it to Google Photos, if you have them both. All right,
You just said you could delete the picture, but
I'm
you
sorry.
deleted the email.
I deleted the email. I misspoke.
However, when you said that, the picture went.
Well, the picture disappeared because the email disappeared. But if I go to my photos, it'll be the photo right here, the last photo I took.
Thank you.
Now, if you wanted to send a picture, there's two ways to send it. One is go to the picture first. The second is go to the email and insert it in the email. I'll choose, since I'm in my photos right now, and go ahead and go. Okay, there's a picture of my backyard in Vermont. Or was, at one time was my backyard. All right. If you open the picture, now you can't see it on the iPad there, but I'll take a picture of my iPad. This is the way it looks on my iPad. And up here, something called the share box. Now remember, I'm trying to take this email or this picture and send it to somebody. Okay. I click the up arrow. And this menu comes up down here with the picture selected. So I click on mail. And it automatically opens the mail program. I click on to, and I'm going to send it to BILL. And there's Bill Kelleher right at the top of the list. I'll send it to him. So I put his email address in there, and then I click the up arrow and send. Okay. And Bill will let me go. He'll say, I just got it, Bill. What a great picture. Looks like my outside right now. Okay, everybody?
I do have a question, Bill. I'm so sorry. I'm slow in writing. In the first one, to save the pictures, the menu that you gave, what is it that you click on to save the pic? I think it's maybe the third or fourth one down.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, to save the picture. The drop-down menu, which is the choice on that drop-down menu?
I'll go to it again.
Sorry about that.
I should have sent that picture to myself. Let me go through that again. Right.
It's Vermont again.
Yeah, how about that? That was my front door.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I
In a
miss it.
different season.
The snow was in the back door and the grass was in the front door.
It's right on the equator.
Right. The picture has arrived, by the way.
Thank you, Bill. All right, so I just sent that picture to myself. And there's the picture. And the question was, well, how did you save that again? I press the picture, the menu
Right.
comes up,
Save image. Thank you.
and you click save image,
Thank you.
right? Now, since I'm in the email, I want to write and send a picture, I'll click here and I'll go to, and I'll go send this one to Ann. Okay. Subject picture. Now, how do I get the picture in there if I've started my email first? We put our finger right where my little dot is there. Get the cursor down there. See the cursor blinking now? So I tap the screen to get the cursor there. And then I tap it once again. And I get this list shows up. Now, your list it may just say select all, and quote level, and doesn't have the term insert picture or photo there. If it doesn't, you have to click the little arrow here at the end to shift over to the left or right. Then you click select photo, all photos. And let me go down here and pick a different picture. Let me send this one. Okay. And that's the picture I'm going to send. And I click use. And come on. How come you didn't come in there? Insert photo. Choose that picture. There it is. Okay. So there's the picture. And then I click send. Okay? The only other thing I want to do in email is remind you from last time that I said you shouldn't have more than about 100 emails in your inbox. And you're saying to me, well, Bill, I want to keep these. I want to keep this one. So let me assume I wanted to keep this one. I wanted to keep the email now, not just the picture. You would want to save it in a folder you have created. Okay. And I have created a bunch of folders, and I'll show you how to create a folder in a moment. But I click that folder here, and it says move message. So I'm moving the message, and I'm going to put it in I think I have one here called Vermont something, but let me just come down here and whoops. Got to hit that folder again. Move message. And here's the folders I could put it in. And let me put it in travel stuff. And I just click travel stuff, and that goes into travel stuff. All right. So here's
Question,
go ahead.
Bill, why limit the saving the photos in your active mail to 100? I mean, the messages to just 100.
Eventually, Google's gonna get mad at me for keeping it in the inbox. That's one. Two, it slows down the process of viewing and working with your email. So those are the two reasons.
Would that be applicable on your computer as well as on your iPhone or iPad?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Now, if I didn't have a folder to put it in, I would go up here to edit. I would, oops, hold on. Boy, somebody's calling me there.
Call from
I would go up here. If I have my iPad, I would hit the back arrow. So it says mailboxes here at the top. If I was on my iPhone and I'm looking at my mail, I would hit the back arrow. I think I have to hit it. And it goes back and says mailboxes. When it says mailboxes, you can create a new folder or a new mailbox. They kind of use that word to put mail I would like to keep, but not in the inbox. So I click edit, and I did it on my iPad, and it says new mailbox on the bottom. Now there's two things about a mailbox. You have to name it, and then you have to tell it where you're going to put it. In other words, it's a sub mailbox to some of the other mail that I have. Okay, so I could make it a sub mailbox to Google. So I'm going to say new mailbox on my phone and my iPad. And I'm going to try it, test mailbox. Or saved mail.
Bill, I'm following you on my iPhone.
Okay,
Okay, so I clicked on new mailbox
right?
and what comes up is name.
That's right. You want to change them, you want to put in a name there.
Okay, the folder name.
Yeah,
And then it says mailbox location with an arrow.
right. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, so I'm in the right place. Okay, thank you, Bill.
Mhm. And so what I'll do on my phone is I'll tap the little mailbox. And then I specify what mailbox I would like to make this one a subcategory to, and I'll just say Gmail. Right? And I'll do the same on my iPad. And then I click save. And if I scroll down here, right, there's the mailbox I've created. And it's under Gmail. All right, any questions on that? And that's the way you create a mailbox to put mail into.
I saved it, but it didn't come up.
If you, does it say mailboxes at the top of your screen?
Yes,
And you should be able to, oh. When you're looking at your mailboxes,
right.
they may very well have a little arrow beside them. So right now I'm going to say done. And I'm looking at my mailboxes. And you see the little twisty arrow right here?
Under Gmail.
Uh-huh. You click the
I have
little, you click the twisty arrow to have it point down. And it's showing you the various mailboxes that are in Gmail. And it should be there now.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's not there or is?
It's not.
Hmm.
You know, there was another. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm asking so many questions.
That's okay.
Okay, originally, there are two different things. At the very bottom, I get that new mailbox, which I followed your directions on that. But above that, there's something else. That's mailboxes. And then the first part on the iPhone, the bottom of the first menu says add mailbox. So there are two different things on the iPhone regarding, you know, anyway, I followed new mailbox and I was going to ask about that add mailbox.
Go ahead and
which-
tap add mailbox. What's it do?
Okay, hold on a sec. It's still, okay, add mailbox. It has a menu with draft sent, blah, blah, blah. Under Gmail, it just has important and starred. So I must
Oh,
have
I
done,
know where you are. No, you're at the wrong place. Okay. Not sure. No, I take it back. I'm not sure where you are.
it's okay, Bill. I'm sorry to
That's
keep
okay.
everybody back. I'm gonna just try to do it again, following. I wrote down the direction. So
Good
let me
for
try.
you. And you can also view the video. That's, I'll send you after the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. One other thing. I'm going to my mail in both devices. And you're saying, Bill, I don't want to do it that way. I just want to keep all these emails in my inbox and right. Well, there is a feature you can do some house cleaning on your email in your mailbox pretty easily. And I'm now looking at all my mailboxes on both devices, or I'm looking at my inbox or boxes. Okay, and that's the left-hand screen on the iPad, and it's the major screen on my iPhone. So if you would all get to that point. Okay. And if you pull, so you put your finger,
Can you show us again?
say again,
Can you show us your picture has disappeared? I only see you, not your iPhone or iPad.
everybody else is seeing everything, I believe.
I'm seeing both.
I
the
see
iPad and
everything.
iPhone.
Oh, what did I do?
I don't know.
I only see you. Pretty clear. Very nice picture.
I clicked on Bill's picture and then the screenshot came up.
Okay, click on my picture.
Nothing happens. Oh, it says remove pin. Is that something perhaps?
I don't know.
Try. No.
Okay,
How do you get to the one where you say all inboxes? I'm
where are
not
you?
used to using email.
Where are you?
On a screen on my iPad. I don't have email. I don't use email on my iPhone. So in my iPad, I'm on a page that says at the top, select all, inbox, and cancel. And there's a list of emails that's become blue.
Oh,
The top of where the actual email is, it says select messages to delete or move.
oh, it says select, and then there's little dots down the left-hand side. Looks like this. My iPad. Mine says select all. Is there a word cancel there? Yes or no? Should be a word cancel if it says select all. And again, we're all using the mail program from Apple.
Say again, please.
We're all using the mail program from Apple.
As far as
Yes,
I know, I am.
okay, and it says, and it says select all at the top left. Leah, I'm not.
Yes, but it just says inbox. It doesn't say all inboxes. And
Okay.
it says
But it says
cancel instead of edit.
cancel.
Yeah.
And yours is just gonna say inbox because you only have one. Mine says
Okay.
all because I have multiple accounts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that was a good clarification of why you might not have what I have. If you put your finger right where I'm putting it and you pull down, it says search. And let's say you have 1,000 pieces of email in your inbox and you're looking for something from, I don't know, Greg. You type in the word in the search area, you would type in Greg. And it shows you only the emails, only the things that are in your inbox. Right? From that particular place. And this is a good way to do house cleaning on your email.
Where did you put your finger? Because when I put my finger, it just showed the email.
Okay, I put my finger at the top and I pull down like that. Okay, I put my finger right below the large black text. I just press on the screen and pull down, whoops. I press on the screen and pull down a little bit. And the word search should show up. Okay,
Not online.
well, what's happening?
Oh, yeah, it did. It finally came.
Okay. All right. And so if you have 7,500 bells, emails, because you haven't cleaned them up, you can just type in, Bell. I don't have any from Bell. Cooking. Okay. And it shows-
Question.
and it shows you all the emails from that particular. And then you tap edit. And then you can hit all the buttons and delete them all. Or you can just slide them to the left and get rid of them. You had a question?
I have a question.
Go, please.
Don't some of these different email service, don't they eliminate you or move them sometimes on their own? Like Outlook? Like if you have too many emails in your inbox, I've had them disappear.
They shouldn't automatically disappear. That I don't think there's an option for, if they've been in the inbox too long, get rid of them. Anybody know if there is or not? I didn't think that option was there. It will if they're in some other places like trash.
Yeah, sometimes it says 30 days or something, but I know I've had that, not recently, but maybe it was when they were changing over, you know how they update. I don't know, but a whole bunch of my emails just disappeared.
That usually doesn't happen.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay. Hey, that was the primer on mail.
Okay, that was
The
good.
basic thing I want you to know is you can insert pictures. You can save pictures. You can go to this search feature and just find emails from your grandchild or from a particular person, another person, right? So it saves you a lot of work in terms of finding an email in those emails that you have in your inbox.
And then Bill, you could have a couple of thousand in trash and it doesn't matter, I guess. Correct?
Correct. And I would go in and delete trash every once in a while.
Oh, okay. I
The
didn't know
the other thing you have to do is check your spam
Mhm.
email
I don't know what they call.
or junk email to make sure there's not something in there that you really wanted. Okay,
True.
it's either spam or junk, depending on the email provider. They name it differently. All right.
Mhm.
So there's some good habits to get into there. The other good habit to get into, and then I'll stop talking about email, is if you're one of the folks who gets an interesting joke from somebody and wants to send it to other people, right? And wants to send, if I had this email and I wanted to send it to other people, you can send it to more than one, right? If you want to forward this, the bottom right-hand side of my iPad, there's a little arrow going to the left. And it's at the bottom of the iPhone. You tap that and you can forward it. So I could forward this to Bill and Dave.
Please to Barbara too, because I need it.
Say again, please.
Can you send it to me too, because I need it? I have too many.
How to delete, she wants to know how to
How to
declutter.
declutter your,
You better send it to me too, Bill.
Send it to all of us.
You might need to send it to all of us.
Yeah, right.
you like this one. By the way, I do get, and I'm sending you this, and it will include, I get this tip of the day. And that's where I get some of the material I present to you folks,
Right.
okay? Right?
I have a question when you're forwarding.
Hold on.
Okay.
I can't send it to everybody here, but well, I'm gonna cover that in a minute too, so I guess I should cover that. I kept adding people and you can do that, right?
I lost you, Bill, as to how to start out with the group email.
I'm not, this is just a normal email and I just kept keeping adding people to it.
Oh, okay,
That's all I'm doing. I just
okay, thank you.
keep
You're
adding more.
forwarding. Mhm.
Okay, and I'm gonna forward it. All right. So that one's how to create email folders. We just talked about that, didn't we?
Mhm.
On your iPhone or iPad,
Mhm.
okay? And there's an actual video that comes with it and everything. The website I go to, let me take a note. And when I send you out the video, I will include in it the email address for this tip of the day.
Oh,
Okay.
great,
Good, thank you.
yes.
I do have a question. You know, on a computer, when you're forwarding an email, you can delete who sent it to you and all those names.
That's what that was my intention of going here.
Oh, good. We're gonna do that on an iPad because I don't know how to do it on an iPad.
Oh, you do it on your computer?
Oh, yeah, on a computer, you can do it easily, but I don't know how you do it on this.
And I found the easiest way to do it the other day. Unfortunately, I don't have an email here from a bunch of people.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Okay, here's an email I sent to. No, not this one.
Yeah, a lot of people.
This one. I sent this to a lot of people,
Mhm.
right? And see where it says Dave and Barabo and Ann
Yeah.
at the top of the screen there? And I want to forward this to some other people,
Send it to the ones you couldn't before.
right? The ones I forgot or whatever. And so I click the arrow at the bottom and I tap forward,
Yeah.
but I don't want to include this email stuff, right? So I want to get rid of all that.
Yeah.
There's two ways to do it. I will show you the one I discovered just yesterday that's, well, not with this one. Oof. If I tap on the screen, let's say I tap right here. See how, oh, it went to the top. See how I tapped there?
And everybody came out. Mhm.
And see what happened? I could say select all. And if it's only a little paragraph, well, let me talk about, if I tap select, See how the little popsicle sticks show up at the bottom? There's an upside down popsicle stick and there's a right side up one. And I click the lower one and I drag it. So I put my finger on the screen and I drag it down.
It didn't do it.
Okay, so now I've selected all this and I'm going to cut it. So now I've gotten rid of all those extra names.
Mine didn't work.
Yes, it will. You have
But
to,
yeah.
you have to put the cursor beside some text. Let me put it beside here.
Let me try different.
Just tap it again if it didn't work the first time.
Okay, I just tried.
And I
it.
tap select.
And so select is equal to copy, actually.
Well,
In a-
no, I haven't copied it yet. Select is selecting the text you want to do something with.
Right,
And then I drag the popsicle sticks to cover some more area. And that's where I can cut it or copy it.
right.
So
Sorry,
that's copy.
yes.
Okay.
And Bill, what was select all? What's the difference?
Select all, I'll do that one too.
It's the whole email.
I selected all and it selects everything all the way down to the bottom of the. Now, if it's a short email, it is much easier to go to the bottom and move the popsicle stick up to deselect the part you want to keep.
I don't get that. I really don't.
You have to tap it again.
I must be tapping in the wrong place.
Well, you have to have the cursor blinking. So get the cursor blinking where you want to tap.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't find my turn.
No luck? Let me
And
do
then
it.
what do I do? I'm sorry. Could you do that again? Now I finally got it.
All right. And I'm gonna do the whole thing over again here.
Because there's all kinds of them here.
I'm going to this memo I sent, this picture I sent to Ann. Follow me?
Okay.
It's not enough text there, but all right. And then I click forward. And I want to include the picture in this case. Now here's the email I want to send to Ann. Right? And I don't want any of this text up here. And I don't want this text at the bottom. Right, so I tap on the word sent here to get the cursor there. And then I tap once more and it comes up and says select. The word sent is highlighted with a popsicle stick at the beginning and the end. And I click and I drag the text I want to get rid of. I let go and cut it. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom and get rid of what's down there as well by clicking on the word sent. The cursor's now there. I click one more time and select. And then move the lower popsicles, the upside down popsicle stick to the bottom and click cut. So
Bill,
now-
when
Go
it's
ahead.
okay. Okay, when I was asking about select all, I was wondering if you're just going from where the cursor is put and then those options show up. If you're just going to do the entire amount below, does select all take care of that without you having to move the
Yes.
popsicles?
I have to try it.
No. I don't get that.
No, it selects all the text above and below.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
Now, what I discovered yesterday is I had an email that I wanted to send to multiple people, but it was a very short email that I was forwarding something that was forwarded to me. And so I wanted to just save the last part of it. So I clicked, like I've been describing. I selected all, and then I moved to the end of the document. And I just wanted to get rid of this part, or keep this part, the insider down there. So I clicked the popsicle stick upside down and I just moved it up. And then I cut and I just got the end. And I didn't have to drag it the whole way down through all the people that this had been forwarded to multiple times. Okay?
Thank you.
Bill,
Yeah.
click on the, to get the popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
The bar that comes up starts with copy, look out.
You're fading,
Translator
you're fading
share.
in, you're fading in and out on us. So try that again, please, Leah.
When I put make the popsicles and cover up a word, the black line that comes up where yours starts with cut, mine starts with copy and only has copy, look up, translate, share with 3 dots after it.
Doesn't have cut.
No, sir.
Mine doesn't either.
You click,
Same
you
with me.
select, you click select, and it doesn't have the word copy there? Or cut?
It has copy, but no cut.
And is there an arrow to the left of copy?
No.
No.
Haven't seen that before.
I have the same thing, Leah.
Okay, on the, after the word, there's 4 words. At the last word, which is share, there are the elliptical, the 3 dots, but nothing happens
No,
when I.
click the arrow. Is there an arrow to the right of that?
No, there is no arrow.
No, no arrow. It only has copy, look up, translator, share.
Let me ask you this, where are you clicking?
On the word,
What word?
the first word of a sentence. I don't have the same picture. I don't have the same email on there.
No, but scroll down a bit and click a word down further.
Bill, she may not have been in the forward function,
I don't think you,
because if
That's
you're
true.
just looking up the email and you highlight it,
That's
that's
true.
what,
that's true.
when you get that.
No, I'm not able to get the popsicle sticks even. If I'm
I
not,
just did.
if I'm not in forward. Or I
I
can't.
just did.
Okay,
And it gives me copy, select all, look up, translate, share.
okay.
That's what I got the second time when I got them.
But if
Okay.
you try to forward the email, Leah, then you'll
No.
get the menu that Bill is looking at.
Only if I try to forward it. Okay,
Only if you try to forward it.
thank you.
Good. I love it. Man, all right.
Phew.
That's the basics of email, everybody.
Oh.
Okay.
Bill, question?
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Dick.
Uh-oh.
Obviously, we can create email folders. Is there a way to create email rules like you can in Outlook?
What kind of rules you're talking about?
What I mean by that is, let's say I subscribe to emails from, let's say, Home Depot. And every time I get an email from Home Depot, I want it to automatically go into a folder that I called Home Depot.
No, there is a way to get them to go to something called VIP, but they haven't added the way to put it automatically in a non-inbox folder.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Yep.
Bill, is there a way to access the list of email addresses that have been saved to your Gmail?
You just want to know the addresses you saved.
Yeah, in other words, if I'm starting to write an email to somebody, I think if it's already, some of them are saved, and you start the person's name and the email address shows up. What I'm wondering is whether there's a way to access
Not
that
that I
list.
know, and that's a good question. When you write an email, and let me start one here. Let's see what I can get. And I put in somebody's name. So I put in TO. Don't add O. And it came up with AD's email, Tom
Right.
Hitchcock's email, Judy Toom, Maddie Toom. See all those?
Yes,
You see the ones with the I on them?
yes,
They are not in my contacts list.
okay,
That's the special category you're talking about, where
Yeah.
I sent an email to AD, but I haven't added her to my inbox or my contacts.
and then,
It shows up with an I. If I click the I,
You
I
can't.
can say, create a new contact,
okay,
and done. And now
Okay.
I've got AD in my contacts.
okay.
Not easy.
All right,
And if you want to start out to create a new contact,
that's the way I found that. Yeah, you start there, and then you
you
start by typing the name of the person you think you're trying to contact, send the
Oh.
mail to.
okay. So it goes from there to the I, and then
Well,
from
it will
the,
show you the eyes first, and then the people you
Yeah.
actually have in your inbox.
yeah, right. But if the I, so then the I will lead you on the path to create that new contact.
You got it.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Good question, good question. And let me recap what was just said there. When you respond to an email, Apple automatically takes that address and puts it in a secret contact list.
Okay.
Those people that you sent something to that you have not put in your contacts. All right, and there's no way to go view that and see what, I haven't found one yet, where you can go see what's in that secret address book. But if you're writing an email and you type in their name, and this one's Tom, for example, it comes up. And so Tom Hitchcock, I have not put in my address book, but I have communicated with him. And if I tap the I, and I can scroll down and create a new contact for Tom.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Wow.
Bill, what about groups? Is that something for another day?
There's an app called MailShot Pro or MailShot. Let me find it here.
Bill, can you delete Tom?
Yeah.
Once you put them in your contacts, you could delete them.
Really?
There's
But
no way
could you
to
delete them?
There's no way to delete them from, I don't think. Was there?
I think there is.
Was there?
Because I have tons of those I'd like to get rid of.
Well, hold on a minute. Let me
Go back to the I.
Let me go
please.
back to the eyes. TOM.
remove.
Remove from recent.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Right.
I've been wanting to ask that question for
No.
months.
No, good one, good one. I didn't know it was there.
Bill,
Yes.
the other thing that remove from recents is good for is if Bill Crow went and changed his email address.
Oh, yes.
And so it'll remove that old email address and it won't keep popping up and sending it out to an email address that doesn't exist.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's good. I know it.
Yep. Now remove from recents removes it from the recents list, not the contacts list.
Correct.
Okay.
Are you getting it as a contact in this situation because Tom sent you an email, even though you did not send him one and have it in the contact? Did it get in the contact list because he sent you one?
You mean the secret contact list?
One that,
The
the
recent.
one that when you put TOM in, it showed, it came up and it had his name with a little I on it.
Yes. And
Did that mean that he sent you an email that
No,
you did
no.
not initiate?
I don't.
It could,
I
it could
think
be because you got a group email from somebody who sent to their contacts, but it was in the one that came to you.
I don't.
Okay,
I think. I'm not absolutely sure.
because on the
Whether-
phone,
Whether you have to respond to it to get it into recents. I think you have to respond. You would have to.
because when you get a telephone call to somebody that's not on your list already, the number shows up and the little I shows up
Right.
when you don't answer the phone. So I was wondering if the same thing was with the email.
Leah, I'm not sure. to answer.
Thank you.
Okay. And we ought to do that research next time. You get this email from something and you don't respond. Does it show up in your recents list? Okay. Any other questions about email? Wow. What's the difference between a browser and a search engine? All of a sudden, everybody muted themselves.
Oh.
Browser is generally something that you can look at, but not necessarily look for anything on. The searcher helps you find it.
Okay, well, that's close, very close. A browser, in general terms, gives you access to the internet. It's the software that makes the internet possible for you to use. There's a browser called Safari. There's a browser called Edge. There used to be one called Netscape.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't used that one in years, right? I don't know if it's even around anymore, right? It gives you access to the internet. A search engine is a website on the internet. Google. Well, let me go back and tell you how search engines came about. There were in the early 90s, I think it was Netscape we were probably all using. And to get onto the internet, we had to type in an address that was, we used Netscape to get on the internet, but to get to a website on the internet,
Right.
we had to type in http://www. Right? We have to type all that in to get to a particular place on the internet. A couple of guys in San Francisco said, hey, why don't we make a website they could go to, and we'll get all the websites that are out there, we'll register their website name, we'll put it in our little book, and little information about each of those websites in our little book. And we'll have people come to our website and they'll do a search through our white pages to find what they're looking for. So they don't have to type all that stuff. And they created Google. And now we can't afford to buy one share of their stock. No. Okay. So the browser on our machines that comes naturally is from Apple, and it's called Safari. So if I click on Safari on my iPad and my iPhone,
Which I don't like.
hey, they come up differently. How about that? I love it. I love it. Okay. I'm just
In other
clearing.
words,
I'm-
your clicked your Safari just before you changed that screen, you got your search engine.
Correct. That's because
Okay,
that's because I went to that website.
but you didn't have to touch anything to get to that website. It just came up automatically when you hit Safari.
That's
Correct.
That's where I left it. Okay, now
Oh, gotcha.
if you don't have a screen like I have in front of you right now on the iPhone, the iPad,
No, I don't.
if you, I don't want you to mess anything up you have.
What I have is when I clicked on Safari, I get a search. I don't get the search engine. I get the results of my last
Right.
thing I looked up on that.
And and where she is right up here on the top.
Right.
Whatever it says down here doesn't make any difference. It might say Bank America down in this part of the screen. If you look up here, it says Zimbabwe. Means you've got a fake website.
It actually took me to the website of the thing that was in the
Hold on, Leah, hold on. Okay. Mine says search or enter website address. I'd like everybody to click up there.
Yeah, mine says that too.
I don't have that.
Just tap up there.
Close all the other,
You don't need to. And you type in
she's got to type in though.
LLBEAN.com.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but what is the icon for Safari? Isn't that sort of circle with like a dial in a way?
It look like a compass.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah, and then when I'm doing that, what's coming up is my meeting registration for
I
today.
understand.
Okay,
That's the last
don't-
place you were at. Tap the top bar.
the top bar, there is no top bar.
Tap the bottom bar.
The bottom has, I'm sorry, the bottom has send, that thing. It has favorites, it has more.
I don't like it.
Okay, I'm not sure where you are. All right.
I had it, now it's gone away.
I'm trying to get everybody at the same place.
Right.
If you're familiar with tabs and you like the tabs you have, do not do what I'm going to tell you to do now. If you don't know what I'm talking about with tabs, go ahead and do what I'm going to tell you. Okay? Because I got to get everybody to the same place.
I cannot get on my iPhone to the favorite,
To what?
to the favorites where you were.
I'm not trying to go to favorites. And
Okay, well, I'm on DuckDuckGo
I
and
can't get it.
says define that at the top.
No, this is ridiculous.
Just a minute. Okay. Now, if you haven't changed a bunch of things,
This is why I don't like Safari.
on your iPhones, it should say google.com. It should say address bar at the bottom. It shouldn't say it. It should just give you the name of the website you're currently on.
Yeah, and I got it now, Bill. Thank you.
So tap on that and type in llbean.com and then tap go.
Okay.
And it should take you to llbean.com.
Mhm.
On your iPhones, you have a bunch of symbols on the bottom along with llbean.com. On your iPads, you should have llbean written in text at the top of the screen. So are we all pretty well with me?
I am on the iPad, but still not on the iPhone. I don't understand how you got to where you are on the iPhone.
Do you have a bar at the bottom, Ann?
I'm on the icon page.
At first, it was hard for me.
Hold on. She's at the icon page.
Say way back at the beginning.
I understand. You're on this page?
No, I wish I were.
You said icons. Oh,
Yeah.
you're clear back here?
Yes.
Tap on Safari. You see Safari there?
Yes, I tapped on it.
Okay. And do you have a bar at the bottom of the screen that says search or enter, or it says a website name at the bottom?
It says try the DuckDuckGo app. And at the very bottom, I have those same symbols that you have.
And
And
anything
at the
else?
top, it says define that.
But there's no search or name of a website at either place?
Well, I guess at the top, it says small a, large A, and then,
Yes,
Oh.
that's where I want you to be. That's where I want you to be.
okay,
Keep an eye on that large and small a. Don't let it go anywhere.
okay. Then what?
And it's on your iPad as well, the large and small a.
Mhm.
I've got that. That's just fine. Now, do I
Okay.
type in LL Bean on the phone?
Well, you don't need to go there. I want to point out that this is the address search bar. It's the most important part of your search. Right?
Okay,
And you should have one on your iPhone and iPad. The iPhone, it could be at the top or the bottom, depending on a setting.
right, it's at the top of mine.
Okay, and just type in LL Bean. Okay. And now that bar should say llbean.com, and the text below it or above it should actually say LL Bean.
Mm.
I have a question, Bill.
Go.
On my LLB page, it's offering me 10% off today, and yours is offering 15. What gives?
I'm the instructor.
I get 15 too.
I have the 10% off on my phone. I did
Not
have it
fair.
on my- Oh, I have two.
They're selective.
Anyway.
The 15 is if you get a new MasterCard from them.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. My point in taking you there is if you click there, it highlights the text and you can replace that text with something else.
No.
If I type in loc.gov, it's going to take me to the Library of Congress. Now, I'm not using a search engine to get there. I'm just telling it, just like we used to do in Netscape, a little more abbreviated. I'm just telling it where to go. So I'm dialing the correct phone number, if you will. LOC.
So Bill, a question. Why would you use Safari rather than Google for this purpose?
I need to make a point.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
LOC dot GOV. Why does it keep doing that? Okay, we'll go there that way. All right. So I'm at the Library of Congress on both sites.
Yes,
You with me? Yes? No?
yes.
Okay. Now, that bar is important to keep in mind because that's where you are. Doesn't matter what it says on any other screen that might come up as a result of what you're doing. That's the bar that tells you where you are. So when you're on Bank of America, it should say Bank of America in some form up there at the top. If you're not in Bank of America and it looks like Bank of America in this area, and you look up here and it says some screwy letters and numbers, you're not at Bank of America, you're being fished. They're lying to you, and you could be being scammed. That's why that bar is important. Okay?
Thank you.
Bill, my pictures are moving all the time. Yours are not.
Well, no, don't worry about whether they're moving. It's just the website and how it's working, right? My phone's not working, my iPad is. It's okay. All right. Address search bar. All right. So far, so good.
Yes.
If we hit the back arrow, where does it take us?
The search engine.
No, the back arrow. Well, it might take you to a search
The
engine.
last screen you were on.
The last thing you were at.
Yeah.
Took me to Google.
It may take you to Google. It may take you whatever website you were on. And you can continue to tap it if it's still high, if it's not grayed out. Right? And I keep tapping it and I got clear back to LL Bean,
Yes.
where I started. And the other arrow takes you forward to previous sites you have been on. Okay. Let me focus on the iPad users for a moment. iPad users has this little icon, the upper left-hand side. iPhones do not. If I tap it, gives me some options here. We're not going to go to those right now, other than I will explain. If I choose to go into private viewing or private, whenever I use Safari in private mode, you'll see the bars instead of go a little darker. Won't remember that Safari won't remember the pages you visited, your search history, or autofill information after you close the tab. So it's a privacy thing in terms of what your iPad or iPhone is remembering about you. So far, so good? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes,
If you hit the little square or square with a line through almost the middle, that will disappear.
Didn't. So.
At the bottom of your iPhone, there are two overlaying boxes. When this is the iPhone, if you tap those, it will show you the tabs you have open. Bill, what's a tab? Okay. A tab is a website well, what happens to accumulate tabs, and I've seen as many as 400 tabs being, if you click that box. Anybody have more than one?
I have 353.
There you go.
I deleted them all.
I have 25.
Okay.
I have 5.
So
It
it's
says
time.
I only see 3.
I only have one.
What
Well,
did you tab? What did you touch to show that?
I touched on the iPad, the little boxes, 4 little boxes together.
Ah, thank you.
Okay. And it should show you the tabs you have open.
Oh, it does.
If you have 353, you should start deleting them. Now,
Thank
if whoever said, I'm not going to reveal your name, whoever said you're 353 or 12 or 20 or whatever, if you press and hold, on the iPad, those 4 little squares, it comes down and it says, close all tabs. You click that, and all those tabs will close.
I don't see those
Yeah.
4. Okay. Now, Bill, is there a reason to keep any of those tabs? What would be the positive of having a tab?
If you're controlling them, these are the websites that you visit, and you can get back and forth between them. Let me explain it in terms of most of us have worked in an office of some kind that had a phone with multiple buttons on it, multiple lines, if you will. And you could be getting calls on all the lines. In other words, they could all be blinking. And you can answer one and talk to that person. And then you can say, if it's John, you say, hey, John, I got another call on the line. Could you hold? And you just push the other button and John's line starts blinking and the person you now push the button on appears. And John's still waiting to talk to you. Tabs are very similar to that in that if you add tabs or tabs are added for you, depending on the sites you're visiting, because some sites you visit automatic and you tap something and it keeps the site you're on open and taps the other button. So now you have 2 sites open. Okay. So if you have more than 5 or 10 tabs open, it takes a long time for it to register and open all those lines. It calls all those numbers when you open Safari. So you should keep that list to a minimum, and 5 or 6 is plenty.
Okay, now I have a question.
Hold on, let me finish. The advantage of that is if one of them is your bank, one's the stock market, and one is Google. You can be at Google checking something out and you said, well, I better see if I have enough money to buy this, or Amazon. One of them's Amazon. I better check to see if I have enough money to buy this at my bank. You just tap the bank tab and you go and check out your bank. And then you tap the Amazon tab to go back and go ahead and purchase that item. So go ahead with your question, please.
Yeah, and so my question was, that's what I wondered, like, how can you go back and forth?
Okay.
And so to get to tabs so you would go to the tabs in order to go back and forth.
On the iPad, you have to go, well, let's put it this way. On the iPhone, you have to go to the little squares. On the iPad, there's an option to actually show your tabs underneath. And I'm going to show everybody how to do that right now. If everybody could please go back to your home screen. And then we're going to go to settings.
Oh.
And
What are you on both phone and this iPad?
I'm going to do it in both. And then we're going to go to Safari. And we're going to cover some of the settings, and I'll get to the ones for tabs in a moment. You see where it says search engine? Now, you stay where you are. I talked about this address bar up here. Now you're still where you are. And if I type in, that, that's obviously not a website address. At least I don't think so. All right. And I press search or enter. What will happen is your browser, in this case mine Safari, will look at that and say, that's not an address, right? And if it's the phone you're trying to dial, it comes back and said, this number is not in use, kind of thing. If it's your iPad, it comes back and says, oh, that's not a recognizable email or an internet address. I'm going to turn you over to saves you a step. I'm going to turn you over to a search engine. Plug in the information you gave me, and the search engine will respond. On my phone, the search engine that will respond is DuckDuckGo. On my iPad, I have it set to go to Google. So if I press search right now, see where it says Google? It took me to Google and said, oh, StreamSad. There's something close to what you just typed in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Get the idea, everybody?
Yeah.
If I do that same thing on my iPhone, it would come back with DuckDuckGo as the search engine. So the two, browser and search engine, are connected in this way. All right. So now I'm back in settings, Safari, and you see where it says search engine Google?
Yes.
If you want to use a more private search engine, you could go to DuckDuckGo and use that. They have their own white pages, just like those guys created in Google. And they have an algorithm that they do searches on. The advantage here is they don't track you. If you're using Google, Google knows everything you ever did a search on. That's why if you do a search engine for cowboy boots, you'll start getting advertisement for cowboy boots when you go to Google. Okay?
Can you do that on your laptop or your computer?
Yes, same exact thing.
Even if you're using the Google Calendar, will you lose the calendar?
I guess I don't know what you mean by using the Google Calendar. No, it won't affect that.
Thank
Okay.
Bill, why do you use Google on your iPad?
I teach classes. And
Okay.
everybody uses Google.
Wow.
And so if you're buying something at Amazon and use DuckDuckGo to get to Amazon, then you won't get a bunch of ads for similar stuff, I guess, on Facebook, for instance.
You're not supposed to.
Probably would not happen. That's correct. Unless Amazon is selling it.
Which they do.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you undo the private browsing in Safaris? And I clicked the private, it didn't go away. How do you undo that?
The question was, I was in Safari on your iPad, you're talking?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
I still have that black box that says private browsing mode. I want to get rid of that.
Tap the little square in the upper right, left-hand corner of your screen,
Yeah.
and then tap where it says tabs above.
Tabs.
Okay, that takes it out of private mode.
Oh,
All right, let me keep going on settings here. The one I wanted to get to on your iPads is show favorites bar. I want to make sure that's turned on and have separate taskbar clicked on tabs down here, tab bar. Okay, make sure that's checked. And you see where it says close all tabs? You can have close manually, which is how you get a large number of tabs open. I like my tabs, so I'm going to close them manually so that the ones I set up, I can continue to use. Otherwise, if you're not going to use that feature, recommend you just turn off after a day, a week. Okay? Because you're using your battery life every time you log in to Safari, it opens all those tabs. It opens all those websites, goes out on the internet and starts opening them. I have block all cookies. If you keep going down there. By the way, see where it says pop-ups?
Mhm.
Everybody see that? I have my pop-ups turned on. That keeps a lot of additional things showing up on your screen all the time.
Mhm.
Bill, back to block all cookies.
I'll get there. I'm going there right now. Okay. There's block all cookies. And if you turn that on, well, first of all, let's talk about
Cookies.
what cookies are. Okay. Speaking of LOB, several years ago, I bought a pair of hiking boots. 3 months later, I logged on to LOB and they said, "Hi, Bill. Hope you like the boots you got. Would you like some socks to go with it?" And that seemed like a great marketing thing, right? They remembered that I'd been there, they had my name, and they knew I bought boots. Now they're suggesting something to go with the boots. I don't mind that at all, except it's using my computer's resource to do it. In other words, it creates a cookie on my computer. So when LL Bean sees that cookie, when you go to LL Bean, it looks for a cookie. And when it's there, it says, oh, I got all this information, etc. I don't like cookies. I don't like them, people using them to get to, for their own personal benefit. Okay. If you turn on cookies, though, there are some websites that require them or tell you that we'd like to use cookies as an aid, and most of the time it's an aid to provide better customer service. Many banks put a cookie on your machine when you go there, so that the next time you go there, it's a double check to say, oh, Bill logged on to us, the bank, successfully with his password from this particular device. Okay, so they're using it to verify or doubly verify you were there. Now, Ann, did you have a question about cookies?
That was it. You just answered it. I have a lot of them that say that they have to have cookies in order to continue.
Right.
Some say have to have, and some say that we'd like you to.
True, but some do say they have to have.
Right. And hopefully there's something to do with banking or something.
Yes.
And I have encountered some that ask for your permission to use cookies.
Well, they go here to turn on cookies. I don't, maybe on your computer that you can do it by website, but it's not on your iPad.
Bill, a question
Go ahead.
on third-party verification, authentication. Is that a cookie that they're using?
Where are you? Or is this it's just general question on,
It's just a general question about cookies.
some people use that as a authentication. If they graduated from using cookies to sending you an email message or a text message with a code that you have to enter. I guess that's the best way I can answer that, Peter.
But that would be the cookie responding back to you, though.
Yeah, when they log on, when you log on to their website, they check the cookie to see if you've been onto that website.
If that's you, is you, yeah.
It's you. Well, they only check that is it this device? You know, is it Safari that from your iPad has logged on there before? Okay.
Good point.
The two-factor authorization has nothing to do with cookies.
Well, that's not quite true, but yes,
No,
the modern definition of cookies is that it is not considered a two-factor authentication.
that's right. They're two separate, different things.
Well,
The two-factor authorization is to make sure.
David,
All right.
that was a second way banks did confirm who you said that you were. Okay, so it is in effect another factor of authentication. By today's definition, Dave is correct. Okay.
Just one quick question.
Go ahead.
I go into certain, I guess, sites where they ask me to accept cookies. If I block all cookies, does that mean I will not be able to accept?
If you block cookies and they're requiring you to turn them on, you would have to go here and turn them on.
Okay, and then go back and block all if you want to do that.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Yep. Clear history and website data. Right? This will take care of the tab problem if you want to do it quickly, right? It will clear your history and your website data. Okay. So if I click that, if any of us click that, the next time you go to Safari, it will come up with, basically you're not on a website, it'll come up with your favorites listed. So I'm going to do that and clear it. And now when I go back to Safari, whoops, I got to go to Safari. It comes up and looks like this. Now I didn't turn one thing on I wanted to turn on. So hold on a minute. If we go to settings and Safari again, I'm sorry. Some of you are saying, well, I didn't get off settings in Safari. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure it says separate tab bar on your iPads. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Safari and I'm going to go to our Stug website. And then I'm going to add a tab. So you can physically add tabs yourself. And I'm going to go to Amazon. And notice what appeared up here. So what I would like you to do is the same thing. Go to Safari, go to a website, and it can be Apple, can be any website, and then hit the plus sign and go to another website.
I never got the plus sign.
You don't have the plus sign there?
No, I can't get to that. I'm on settings Safari.
No. Go back to your home screen, Ann. I'm sorry. Go back to your home screen and go to Safari application.
And then to Stug, did you say, Bill?
If it doesn't matter, I'm just going to a bunch of websites.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to do is show you that you get, I've got 3 websites open now. This one, this one, this one. Let me pick what is free online? I don't know. Oh, okay. So now I have Sarasota Technology Users Group, Amazon.com, and a free training site, GCF Global.
And this would be in tabs. The 3 would show up.
And there's 3 show up in my tabs.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, how many of you out there, if I'm going to go to a website on my phone as well. Okay. How many of you have a little bar that shows up above the tabs bar? This is called the favorites bar. Anybody not have that up there?
Does that act like a tab bar
No,
when you hit some?
no. This is, it's a little bit different. Right now, I'm on the Sarasota Technology Users Group, my left-hand tab. If I tap something on the favorites bar, it hangs up on Sarasota Technology Users Group because that's the one I'm on right now, and loads goes to the Google site. So now the first tab is Google.
I'm sorry, I'm lost a little. Is this still in Safari?
I'm in Safari,
Right.
not settings.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in tabs. Of course, I've got all those tabs.
That's okay. You didn't clear them?
I'm doing it little by little.
You don't need to do it little by little. You can press and hold the little squares.
Well, there's an X on a lot of them.
No.
Oh, no.
Go back, click on one of the squares.
Okay.
And then in the upper right-hand corner of your screen,
Right.
you see the 4 little boxes? Yes? Say yes or no.
Not, I'm on my iPhone. It might be at the bottom.
Oh, it's at the bottom, the 2 squares. Press and
Well,
hold those 2 squares.
you know what, when I clicked on it though.
No, you're
it's-
clicking on it. You're supposed to press and hold it.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
Okay, let me get back to them.
Mhm.
Okay. So press and hold.
And then it should come up and say close 25 tabs or whatever.
Close other tabs is what it says.
So tap that. You want to close them all. So there should be a feature there that allows you to close them all.
Yeah, there is. I saw that before, but I thought there could be something that I wanted to keep, but probably not important, right? I could, so if I close everything, then anything that I'm using constantly would pop up again as a tab, right?
No, you could go back to that. You probably haven't been using that feature anyway.
Yeah,
But-
there's a zillion of them I haven't been, but I'm sorry. Oh, all I mean is if I close them all, there's no problem, right? It won't be a problem.
You'll have to go back to those websites you were on before.
And then a tab would show up and yeah,
No, the tab won't show up. You have to go to it. So if you don't want to do that, and let me open several tabs here.
I don't think it's a problem. Oh, gosh.
So I'm opening 3 tabs on my phone, right? And there's 3 tabs open. If you just wanted to get rid of 1 or 2 tabs, you tap the X,
Right,
and then that will delete them.
right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To get a tab, to get a website on my tab line, I have to hit the X. Because apparently I didn't have them on
Leah, are we talking your iPad or iPhone?
iPad.
You hit the plus sign to get a new tab.
That's what I've done.
Okay.
And then just above where the tabs are, I have another set of lines,
You have another set of names.
another set of names that
Those are
are duplicate names to some of the tabs.
absolutely right. I have Amazon up here, right? And I have Amazon here. These are your favorites. This is speed dial up here at the top. So if I want this tab to be Stug, I would just go up to the favorites bar and tap it, and it changes or hangs up on whatever I had there and brings up Sarasota Technology Users Group from my favorites. And I have more favorites out here. Okay,
Bill,
go
how
ahead.
do you get rid of a favorite up on that
Oh,
block?
we want to get rid of favorites now. Okay.
Yeah,
After all that work, we want to get rid of them. Oh,
yep.
I don't know. Okay, let me go to here. In the iPads, to get rid of favorites or bookmarks or things like that. By the way, favorites is a subset of your bookmarks. It's a special bookmark. In your iPad, you hit the little icon in the upper left-hand corner and you click on bookmarks. And it should come up and say bookmarks. It may say favorites or something else. If you tap the back arrow, right, it will come up and list your bookmarks. And I have all these bookmarks. And if I want to get rid of one of them, I go and slide it to the left and delete it. Okay.
Question.
Go ahead.
On the iPhone, my iPhone looks like yours with favorites, but on top of that, it says private browsing mode. Safari won't remember the pages you visited. What if I wanted to get rid of that?
I'm not sure where you are, Ann. Oh,
I'm on the iPhone
yeah.
and I have the same thing you have, favorites, shared with you and all that privacy report and so forth. But on top, at the very top, under search or enter website, it's got this box that says, hang on, private browsing mode. Safari won't remember the pages you visited, your search history, or autofill information after you close a tab in private browsing mode. So I don't imagine I want that.
I don't know where you are, so.
Same page that you are on the iPhone.
No. Where am I? I've been moving around. So where are you? You don't have what I have, right?
I do, I have what you have, but above where it says favorite show all, above that, it talks about this private browsing mode.
Okay, hold on a minute. I can't get to where you are, I guess.
That I can't get out of where I am. Can you see it if I put it on up to you?
Let's try that.
We can't see it, Ann, because of the back screen.
Well,
Yeah,
generally speaking, you don't want to be in private browsing mode, right?
No, don't talk. Okay, just a minute. Okay, and you're a co-host now. I need you to tap where it says share screen. Or, I'm sorry, yes. Let me see where it says share screen on your on your bar at the bottom on your computer. Yeah, there you go. And that's not what you wanted to share. Oh, you can't do it. Share screen. And then you have to pick the right thing to share. Oh, that won't work. That won't work. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Way we're thinking about it.
Because she's on a computer and
I know. Sorry about that. So Ann, I see your camera. Could you hold it up in front of the camera? No, that's not coming through. Nope. I'm not seeing, it's blocked out. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that big long text. I see it. Again, I'm unable to get to that screen, man. I don't get the same thing. But you can get out of it just by flicking up from the bottom of the screen and go back and get rid of Safari. By the way, your microphone's on. Off, I mean.
Right. I can flick it off, right, but it's there. It doesn't go away. So I'm still in privacy mode.
What? You want to turn off privacy mode, is that correct?
Right.
Bill, I gotta run. Thanks.
Okay, David. Talk to you later.
and at the very bottom of that screen, do you have an edit?
Yes, I do, Bill.
If you click on edit, it'll give you a series of buttons, and I think one of them has got a privacy mode. You can turn
Privacy
it off.
report says customize start page.
No, it says privacy report down about partway down.
Yes, it does. Uh-huh.
Is yours on or off?
On.
Okay, I have mine off, so I'm not getting the notice.
Okay, Ann, I got it.
That's it.
I got it. Preston, you see the two squares?
Wait, I'm on privacy report. Wait. Okay, I just turned privacy report off.
Okay. But you see where the two squares are at the bottom right of the screen?
Yes.
Press and hold that.
Okay.
And right now there's a check mark beside private.
Correct.
See where it says start page?
No.
Right below private?
It says 500 tabs below private.
I know. Click start page. Click 500 tabs.
Okay.
Now you're in that mode. Okay,
Mine says Spectrum PCH.
I understand. Now press and hold those things again, those two squares.
Those 2 squares, okay.
And one of the options there should be delete or, stop the tabs. Close the tab.
Move new person. Now it says 500 tabs. Close all 500 tabs?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, I did it. Thank you. I got it. Somehow it worked. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. We have to call it quits there, folks, but I got to tell you this. Right. Did I mention to you about the Polish airline pilot? Did I tell you about that?
What?
The Polish airplane pilot?
That was last week's.
Oh, thanks. Shoot. Bill, I can't tell it again.
Any consolation? I didn't hear it. You can tell it to me.
Okay, is there
Go
any,
ahead.
did anybody hear the deer hunter? Right? 2 deer hunters. They got hired by a pilot to take them into the backwoods of Alaska to go hunting for deer, right? After the hunt, the pilot returned and saw that they had shot 6 deer. It was legal. And he says to him, I told you, don't shoot any more than 3 deer, right? This plane can't do it. It can't get all those out. And they said, one of the guys said, the pilot last year, we shot 6 deer, told us the same thing. We put the deer on and we took right off. Not wanting to be outdone by his fellow pilots, he put the 6 deer in, got the 2 deer hunters in, all their equipment, circled the lake a few times on his float plane, revved the engines and took up, just clearing the trees at the end of the runway. Shortly thereafter, he couldn't get any elevation, so he crashed. Fortunately, everybody survived. Said, everybody okay? Yeah. One hunter says to the other hunter, well, where are we? The other hunter says, looks like we're about 100 yards beyond where we made it last year.
Oh.
All
I
right.
think you told that a long time ago.
Well, you're not supposed to remember them that long. All right, folks. We will continue a little bit on Safari next time. What is on the agenda? Let me check my calendar. Hold on. I think it may be photography, but I'm not sure.
Working.
You keep saying you're the teacher, how about you go?
Did you found it?
Nein, nein.
Okay. Your countdown. I think next week is photography. And we'll be talking about using the camera. And of course, addressing your questions. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
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 All right, everybody, take care. Have a good week.
Thanks,
Same to
Bill.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.